Great morning, beautiful charms. I pray you're having a fantastic Sunday morning. So, here we are, ready for day 6. Now, this is the place in our journey where we really get down to the practical what do I do on a daily basis to condition my mind, to reprogram my mind so that I realize that I'm wealth, that I begin to visualize myself in prosperous, wealthy situations where I reign. This is also the place where you begin to connect with people, love on people, and love the situation that you're in. Connect yourself with people who also desire this wealthy appreciation. So today, the title of this particular session is Ending Spending. Now, I know on the surface that might not make sense, but I'm going to explain to you why we're going to do that today. So, we talked yesterday or on Friday about this little known secret that many trainers and coaches don't tell you about, and that is that your finances are not the root of your financial problems, your financial issues. The root of your financial issues are any emotional unmet needs that you have with your relationship with yourself. That money is an energetic flow, that cash flow for the rich and the poor goes up and down. It fluctuates. That's why we call it currency. It comes in, it goes out, it comes in, it goes out, and we want to keep that flow. We also talked about the fact that 80% of what is happening in your business is your relationship with yourself, your relationship with money. Success in any area is 80% psychology, 20% strategy. Today's session is going to be a part of that 20%, the strategy. What can I do functionally to get myself in a position where I am shifting my mindset on a conscious daily level? So we know that this energetic field of money is present. Just waiting our awareness of it, awaiting our recognition of it, waiting our appreciation of it. So when we appreciate things, we want it to come into our vibration. We want it to come into our experience. And so, one thing that we do on a conscious level is talk differently about the thing that we want to come into our vibration. If you've got a good girlfriend and every time you come around, you're nagging her and dogging her and critiquing her and criticizing her and scrutinizing her, my girl, beautiful, she's not going to be coming around anymore. The same with your man, whether you're dating him or you have a husband. If every time he looks up, you're nagging him, you're critiquing him, you're pointing out all his flaws, you're complaining about the trash not being out, after a while, he'll just go see Vanessa because Vanessa doesn't complain. Vanessa treats him nicely. When he comes around, she makes his presence known and she makes sure that he knows that his presence is welcomed. Well, beautiful, you, as one of my mentors used to say, you have to treat money like a woman, a high class woman. And ain't no high class woman gonna hang around with people who aren't treating her right and speaking right about her and to her. So if you can think of money as a persona, a being, because it is, right? Just like you. That's why this is, y'all, this is the clincher. That's why money, just like you, an energetic field, an energetic source, an energetic pathway, an energetic entity just like you must be treated with love. And we're going to go into more detail about that on um, Profess Your Love Day in this program. So just like you treat yourself right, the way you treat yourself is the way you're going to treat your money. And when you talk negatively about yourself, you probably transfer that same attribute to other areas in your life. So that's why your emotional status is tied to your financial status. So, how can we begin to functionally, on a practical level, shift that? Well, for those of you who were in my Effortless Change Academy, you know that one of the ways we do things to make an effortless change is to change the way we use our words. My favorite book says that the power of your words can bring life and death to a situation. The power of your words can speak life into your business, or it can speak death into your business. And one word that we use so frequently, so loosely, is spending. Spending. Now think about that word, spending. Well, even when we joke around and say, after we've had a long day of work, oh, I'm spent. What does that mean? We're tired. We're exhausted. We can't go anymore. The flow has stopped. Well, when we use that word, when we refer to the movement and motion and flow of our money, it means it stops. Now, I know you might be thinking, oh, shit, Keisha, that's not a big deal. It's just a word. Well, words have power, and words have the power to change our situation. So when we talk particularly about money, we want to stop the spending, end the usage of the word spending. Take it out of your vocabulary. Now, you can use spending when I spent a lot of time. Well, guess what? Because time is gone. That's it. We can't bring it back. So that's an appropriate use of the word. But when we use it, when we refer to our money, guess what? The same thing applies. I spent $20 yesterday in Dollar Tree, or I spent my entire check on paying my mortgage. Well, guess what? That means you've exhausted that pot. That pool of money is no more if you spend it because you can't get it back. Spending means ending. Spending means exhausting, right? Great morning, beautiful. I am on the audio, y'all, because this is competition weekend. So I'm set the recording. So I hope y'all are flexible with that. I appreciate you being that. So when we say spending, we don't want to spend our money because spending means that there's no more. Spending means that it's not coming back to me. And we have already concluded that money is an energetic flow. That means it is circulating. That's why we call it currency. So I want my money to come back to me, right? I don't want to spend it because spending means it's done. I spent it. I gave it to somebody and it's done. No, 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 no. We want to circulate our money. Baby, when I send my money out into the universe, my expectation is that it's going to come back to me. That's the ease and grace and the flow in which I want my seed to be used. So, Keisha, what do you say instead of spending? You can say, I used, but my preference is for you to circulate your money. Tell your money what you want it to do. Y'all, your word is so powerful. If you want it to come back to you, tell it to do that. Money needs an assignment. If you don't give it an assignment, have you found that if you don't tell your money where to go, you know what? I'm going to save 10%. I'm going to invest 10%. I'm going to tithe 10%. The 55% I will live off of, or 10% I'll put in my Freedom Bank, or 10% we'll put on our vacation. Have you noticed that when you don't do that, you look up and your money is exhausted? It went to things that you didn't necessarily want it to go to, places you didn't want it to flow to. So when we give our money an assignment and we tell it, yes, Chastity, when we give our money an assignment, y'all, let me tell you, money doesn't have ears, but it will come when you call it. It will go where you want it to go. It responds to you. You're the master of money. Money is your servant, and it wants to be circulated by you. It wants to be used. So that's why we encourage you to not hold on to your money. Money wants to be used by you, not abused. Just like a woman, just like your man, everybody wants to be used. I promise you that. Nobody wants to be abused and misused. But people want to be and feel of use. Well, so does your money. So today we are declaring the ending to spending. We want to circulate our money back into our coffers, back into our experience, so we can send it right back out to do good for ourselves and for others. Now, when we send our money out, when we circulate our money, then it's all about how we feel when we're doing it, right? It's not about the doing, it's about your being. And when you sit down to circulate your money at the 1st and the 15th, if that is typically when you pay your creditors, your vendors, your contractors, then it's all about the energy in which you do that. And if you're pouting, and if you're begrudging that experience, if you're upset when it comes time, when the bills come and your face is all twisted up, guess what that money's doing? Just like a woman, it's like, damn, clearly she doesn't want me around. So not only are we going to shift our thinking about how we circulate our money, but we're going to shift how we feel about circulating our money. When you sit down to pay your vendors and you go online, I want you, if you got a written bill, write on there, thank you, Lord, or thank you, God, or thank you for paying this. That will change you. If you do it consistently, that will change your outlook on what you're using your money for. Appreciate your vendors. Appreciate your lenders. Appreciate, as my granny used to say, your paymasters. Why? I always say it when I say that, yes, I am grateful that I'm able to pay the bill. Come on, Chastity. I am grateful. How can I be upset? Because if I sit down to write a bill, whether I have the money or not, you know why you have to express appreciation and gratitude? Because first of all, one, if you don't have the money, you know what that means? That means somebody credited you something, right? If you have to sit down to pay a utility bill and you might not have it, you got lights, you've got water, those school loans that you're always complaining and crying about, guess what? The government gave you a promissory note, or you signed the promissory note, but they gave you they just said, you know what? Because you are who you are, Chastity, I'm just going to give you the money. And you pay it to us when you get that job. Congratulations. So if you have a bill, that means you got something. That means you're you're the benefactor, you're the beneficiary of something. So how dare you begroan the bill paying process? How dare you talk about your creditors and your vendors like you do? They gave you something. And if you're the kind of person that wants something for nothing, you'll always be in lack. Now, if you do have the money, you do like Essential Charm said, if I got it to pay, I am grateful that I have it to pay. You know what it means when I get a bill? That means I have something. That means I am owning something. So either way, beautiful, you've got to appreciate. If you've got water, if you've got a mortgage, a car note, and if you have the money to pay, by all means, pay it. And if you can't pay it, then be woman enough to get on the phone and say, hey, I appreciate the fact that y'all are giving me this house. The problem is I am at a place where I can't pay you today. And this is what I'm asking, XYZ. Because I want to stay in y'all good graces. I want to be able to get another house. I want to be able to get another car. I want to be able to pay my children's tuition again. So is there something we can work out? Ladies, that is what a woman who is about the business, that's what she does. She doesn't complain and be grown. She makes it happen. I'm so thankful that I haven't had to do that since my early years. Chastity, that is a blessing plus some. That is a blessing. And it is probably, and this is, y'all, let me share this with you. We talk about, or I know I did before I was aware, before I was conscious, talked about people, because that's what my folks grew up doing. Talked about the rich people. But let me say this, it is not by accident. If you're a student of the laws of the universe, you know that when money comes into somebody's experience, it's not by accident. Now, they might not know consciously how they attracted it, but it's not by accident. It is by design. So don't begrudge those who have it. They, like Essential Charm, they got in a habit. They disciplined themselves. They made decisions in their best interest. Y'all, having money or being rich, because we're all wealthy, right? But being financially free, it has nothing to do with your status, socioeconomic or otherwise, your race, your gender, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation. Money is just a measure of your choices. That is it. That's it. And if you were to be honest with yourself, you'd have to agree. Money is just a measure of your choices. So choose to appreciate your creditors. Choose to appreciate your vendors. Choose to appreciate the people that you have to pay each month. Don't be the kind of woman that tries to get something for nothing. That's not how the flow, the currency works. So if you want it to work in your favor, there is an affirmation that you can say that I want you to speak over your business today and forevermore. First of all, you're going to take out the word spending in your vocabulary. And you're going to say, I am so happy and grateful now. Or use those words that you really liked. Use it when you created your effective affirmation statement. I am so joyful and free. I am so happy and blessed, whatever those words are. And I want you to just say, I circulate this money back into my business in a never-ending cycle of joy and enthusiasm, whatever your words were. I circulate this money every time you send some money out, every time you swipe that debit card, every time you swipe that credit card. Get in a habit. of thinking this to yourself, I circulate this money back into my business or back into my life or back into my home in a never ending cycle of joy and appreciation, of elation and fun. I circulate this money back into my business in a never ending cycle of excitement. You get to choose so that you'll get in a habit of thinking differently about your money because money wants to be used and you want to receive it. So get cyclical about it. Circulate your money back into your life and get in the habit of thinking this way about it. So, ladies, I'll be posting the homework. Yes, a never ending cycle. That's right. Tell your money what to do. You tell your children what to do. You tell your spouses what to do. You tell your friends what to do. Tell your money what to do. Come on back, money. I'm going to send you out here to work for me. That's the thing about money. It can live long beyond your lifetime and it can go places that you can't go. Your money can go all around the world. Your money can give to charities that provide help and support to people all around the world. That's what your money does. Yes. Chastity, you're so funny. So, ladies, I'll be posting this after the recording is up. I hope this has been helpful to you. And, ladies, with that, I love you to life and have a happy Sunday.